very white supremacist.
Like what?
Any of, well,
Like what?
okay.
Because you called me a white supremacist in
tell
front of
me
Black Lives
about-
Matter. Why?
Tell me about
Why?
the decision in the Supreme Court that just occurred.
About the Voting Rights Act?
Yeah.
That puts
That's-
race out of it.
No,
It's race neutral.
That's
And remember,
that's an easy way of saying
Why?
that, but it's not the truth because you're disenfranchising voters.
if every voter in Louisiana is going to be able to vote in a congressional district, are they not? So vote is not taken away. Congressional districts should be as compact as possible. They need to be race neutral. It is racist to make race the consideration. The Voting Rights Act is precisely to stop that. And remember,
So
we could talk about
whenever you're doing a
now, why did you call me a
district-
white supremacist? You're not answering my question. This was
Okay,
during all the Black Lives Matter.
You support the policies.
Like
of
what? Like what?
You support what you just talked about.
Okay, but this is today. Let's talk about 8 years ago.
Supremacist.
I'm going after this now. 8 years ago, I'm protesting what Black Lives Matter is doing. You called me a white supremacist in front of them. Why? Because you know it's not true. I don't have a problem with people who don't look like me. I've never defamed you. Now, I will say
You've
your
never
points are wrong.
defamed me.
Now, but I want you to tell me,
Wow.
why'd you call me a white supremacist?
Well, wait. First, I want
you
you to
could-
I want you to back that up. and
I
say
am not gonna say-
all the stuff that I could go back through and find all the things that you said about me.
Okay.
In fact, you even came to a city council meeting with posters of me.
Yes, I did. You know
That's
why?
not
Because you were.
defaming me?
It isn't defamation. It was an actual photo of you protesting
Standing there.
trespassing on that
You-
property.
no,
Now,
that
you
wasn't
called me a white
protesting.
supremacist.
That wasn't
Why?
protesting. That was public.
You called me a white
Wait,
supremacist.
wait. No,
Why? I
No.
can't let you dodge this. I
I'm not
have
gonna
answered your
dodge
questions.
You can't say something that's not true.
I-
You just
it's
said I
just-
was trespassing.
Yes, you were.
I wasn't.
You had to
am
get
I
off the property.
trespassing if I step over there?
No, because it's a public space. Numerous
Okay.
court decisions have established that.
That was a public space.
I will
that
speak
was
to this
in.
answer. I will speak to that
That
answer. This
whole
is fine
thing was a strip
because
mall.
I can take care of
Just
this.
just
Incorrect.
like
That was a
you
property
at
that was
Target.
only for the
Just
veterans.
You at Target.
So I know you're bringing that up, but that was an individual property. That's a great question. The Supreme Court answered this. I will tell you the truth. I went to a Costco in Norwalk to collect signatures to recall Gascon. They told me to leave. It was a single property. It was not a multiple enterprise property, so I had to leave.
Yeah.
That's why it was appropriate for them to tell you to get off. So that answers the question. I was correct.
And that.
Now, why
that-
do you call me a
that
white
veteran-
supremacist?
That veterans place was along a strip mall of a
It
lot
was
of-
one property.
No.
So that
It's-
answers that.
It's a strip mall, Arthur.
Okay.
I will make you right now look it up on your map.
We'll look it up
and
then.
We'll look at
Fine.
the pictures.
I have no
of
problem
the
making that.
florist that's there right now.
We'll take a look
There's
at it.
actually a axe throwing place.
Okay, so I will concede then. Maybe I'm wrong. Now, tell me, why'd you call me white
So I
supremacist?
wasn't trespassing. So I had every right to be standing there looking.
I need to look at it.
looking on.
The reason I'm gonna
looking
concede,
on at
but
the
the reason-
racist,
okay.
the racist
The
sheriff
reason you're gonna, I'm
who
not gonna
was- who
concede.
was-
Why did
who
you
was-
call me a
who
white
was Trump's
supremacist?
first pardon because he.
Why did you call me a
boasted
white
about running a
supremacist?
concentration
But why
camp.
did you call me a white supremacist?
You know
what are the views that I
don't
have?
remember the context, Arthur. We're talking about a
Oh,
long
if you want to
time
play
ago.
that game, then we got to play it all the way. And I want to go after this. You have a picture of me next to Omar. Is that a crime? Omar wasn't a convicted anything in those days. Why do you have a picture of me at this No Kings rally? Why? I don't get that. I mean, truly, I live in your head rent free. What is this? Explain.
Well, wait. You think that
Why?
that's you living in my head?
Well, yeah, you're the one posting it.
You were at, and if I wasn't and all of us weren't in your head, you wouldn't have been showing up at a rally that has nothing to do with
I didn't know you were going to be here. I saw a May Day rally. I thought it was a group of communists from LA that were going to be here. That's a fact. Because there were May Day protests all over the city, all over the county.
Sure.
So what's up with that? You have a picture of me next to Omar. What's your point?
May Day is Workers' Day, right?
I understand, but let's go back to No Kings. You have a picture of me. You're attacking me. Why?
Well, it was 4 different people who were
Okay,
associating
but why are you?
with Omar.
But why? What
Well,
difference
why
does
do
it
you
make?
think that that's an attack?
Because
Do
you
have a
posted
problem
it there, and you have an attack on us.
Associating with Omar Navarro?
No, because I was.
Did you
I
ever
was
get
supporting.
any money from Omar Navarro?
No, I sure didn't.
Okay.
And at the time, I was supporting him as a candidate. I'm allowed to do that, First Amendment right. Now,
Sure.
I am the first one to be heavily critical,
did you maybe
outraged.
support a not so great candidate?
Yeah, he was not so great candidate. After seeing how all the stuff came out from the FBI, I had a friend of mine telling me, this was after all that stuff, he's like, Omar's spending his money on his own stuff, the FBI's investigating. I knew about this
but
6
at
years
the same
ago.
time, you were back then blogging really hard against Maxine Waters.
I still
think
do.
You were saying very disparaging things.
Like
to
what?
Her.
I have, and I stand by them.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do.
Well,
And you know,
think,
I went to her town hall in Gardena. I confronted her. See, I'm a citizen. I went to the town hall in Torrance High School last year because I'm a citizen and I'm allowed to confront these people. That's not white supremacy for me to criticize Maxine Waters. So again, we go back to this. And this is the thing about the left. There's a guy named Rashid, his name, Prati Raja. He graduated from Palos Verdes. He's part of the Palos Verdes Democrats, but we had a very civil discussion. He knew about me. The Palos Verdes Democrats went after me when Al Maritsucci was going after the books and wanted to protect the books that are obscene and a lot of other issues. And they mentioned me because everyone wants to attack me. But Prati reached out to me. We had a very civil discussion. I said, this is what I believe. This is why I believe it. I gave him studies and research. He's at UC Berkeley now, and we had a very civil discussion. It was nice. Doesn't call me names, but you do.
I don't think that I call you names.
Well, okay, if you're not doing it now, I can give you that grace. That's fine. I can do that. But it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I mean, I think that you've blogged about me.
I
and
sure
said
have.
more disparaging things about me
And that's
than
fine.
I've said about you.
Oh, really? Well, that's because I have a blog and you don't. But you put up that picture of hate group. What's up with that? The Southern Poverty, you really think I'm a hater just because the SPLC says so? Explain that to me. Oh, I got to hear this. You go around throwing that around. You understand that I have been pepper sprayed and glitter bombed by Antifa, and I never harmed anybody.
Where were you when that happened?
Berkeley.
Yeah,
it was
you
April.
went
It was
up-
August 31st.
You went up into the. It would be like me going to some sort of MAGA rally.
I hope you would. You've been to rallies.
And I'd probably get my ass kicked just
No,
like you.
it's not the
I
same.
guarantee you.
Okay, then I want you. It's up to Scott. He's the president of the CRA. If he wants to invite you or let you come, that's his choice.
Well,
I don't have that say.
Your meeting is not the same as where
A rally?
you were in Berkeley.
Okay, we've had.
If I went to somewhere where, I mean, my God,
it's not the same.
January
Republicans
6th,
do not.
they were beating up the
Okay.
journalists
And you wanna talk about that?
destroying the cameras and
You
stuff
had-
like that.
you had the head
and that
of
was
Black-
sanctioned by Trump.
No, it was not. That is
Yeah, it
incorrect.
was.
No.
He had a rally.
So you
He said,
guys are
"Be
gonna stick
there,
to that."
Be there. It'll be wild.
He's allowed to speak his mind. There are other sections where he said remain peaceful. He posted that on his social media account. He wanted
It took
to have
him 4 hours.
Incorrect. He
It
also
took him
told
4 hours.
Nancy Pelosi, asked her if you needed National Guard. She refused it. She's on record admitting to that. Furthermore, even Alex Jones, and I don't care for Alex Jones. I don't think he should be silenced. Alex Jones told people don't go to the Capitol. They did not want to incite violence. That's incorrect. I can show you photos. There was the head of Salt Lake
Alex
City
Jones
Black
said
Lives
don't
Matter.
Go to the Capitol?
That is correct.
But who said look, we're going to walk to the Capitol and I'll be there with you?
I guess Trump when he had his speech, but there was nothing about
gonna walk
protest or
every-
taking over the building. The videos were released by Speaker Johnson. Remember, it was a Republican Congress that released the videos. Why didn't the committee do it? I don't know why. I will tell you this. I saw some of the windows getting broken. Those people should go to jail. No question about it. The vast majority of people, you see the videos, they walked in. I saw videos from the New Yorker where QAnon shaman walked in peacefully into the U.S. Senate chambers. Those doors had to be opened from the inside. They don't open from the outside. They chose to let them in. There was a lot of issues. I get that. But this idea of an
didn't let
insurrection
them
is
in.
nonsense. Yeah, they did.
They broke in.
Some broke in, but they unlocked the doors. That is true. That is true. The doors are locked from the inside. Now, I'm going to go back
people that
again.
broke
So you
in.
recognize I'm not a white supremacist. I appreciate that.
I don't
Why
know
would you
about
quote
that.
the
I think
social?
you-
Why would you quote the Southern Poverty Law Center? Why do you think that's legitimate? I don't understand. True,
Well, I don't
I'm serious.
understand why you don't think it is.
I'll tell you why. Because they defamed Jews, Christians, Muslims. Majid Nawaz, you look him up. They defamed him as an anti-Muslim extremist. It's a lie. He's a Muslim. He is a Muslim. He sued them and he won a settlement, $3.37 million. And Richard, I can't remember. He was the president at the time. He had to issue an official apology and say, we apologize for defaming you. He sued them. We could talk about the Dustin Inman Society. They sued the Southern Poverty Law Center for calling them anti-immigrant. They have immigrants in their organization. They just want to stop illegal immigration and stop sanctuary cities. They don't want Americans killed by illegal aliens. That's a legitimate request. Eric Swalwell voted for Kate's Law. Remember that. He voted for it. The Southern Poverty Law Center calls Ayaan Hirsi Ali an anti-Muslim extremist. She doesn't kill people. She doesn't threaten anybody's lives. She criticizes Islam. She's allowed to do that. When you have conservative groups, Tea Party groups, Family Research Council, and then you put them next to the KKK, That's incitement. That's saying, look, they're the same. No, they're not. The KKK, they commit terrorist acts. The Family Research Council does not. Mass resistance does not. You said at the very outset, you're like, oh, you're attacking LGBT people. No, we're telling the truth that homosexuality is not innate and it should not be promoted. That is not violence, sir. It's wrong.
What I'm pointing out
See,
to
look,
you
it's
is
all
the
coming around. I
concern.
appreciate it.
Yeah, it's coming around to, and this is where we started, right? Is that
You said I was
somehow
okay.
claim that this is inciting violence, but this is saying to get rid of.
Okay.
Right? If you
That's
if
your
you were
choice.
drunk in a bar and the bartender said to the
Okay.
bouncer, 86 this guy, it doesn't mean to take you out back and shoot you.
Hmm.
It means to get you out of the bar.
You have to look at this in the light of all the assassination attempts, which you don't believe. Okay, that's your choice. That's an issue.
If this was an incitement,
So
then
I
how
can
come,
change
how
it.
come it was a year later?
They tried to go after him previously. Don't forget that. Well, that was a perjury issue. But they did try to go after him about it.
A year later.
But they
this
did
is
try to go
now
after him
issue.
then. Remember, President Trump doesn't pull the strings at the Department of Justice. It shows that he's not a king.
Oh, that's
okay,
not
but
true
I
at
will say
all.
this about you. So you don't want to kill him, but I'm telling you, it's inappropriate to be posting this, and I don't back away from that. That's wrong. Now, here's the thing. For
So
you
I
to call
can't say-
me, for you to accuse me of white supremacy, there's no basis. For you to reference the hate group, Southern Poverty Law Center is a hate group. My God, they tried to take away educational opportunities from African American students in Mississippi. They sued the state of Mississippi for their school choice program. Black communities had to fight back, and they issued a statement condemning the SPLC. That's wrong. Margaret Wong, the prior president of the SPLC, she was in a photo with, I can't remember the name of the guy. He was in that Drumline movie, but he called white people and Jews savages. And you have Margaret Wong, the previous president of the SPLC, standing with this person. That is obscene. They have no business calling people hate groups. Would you not? Okay, do you think the Family Research Council is a hate group? Do you think that they're fomenting violence? Because that's what the SPLC says. You agree with that?
I haven't looked into it that much.
But see, that's what you're pandering. And it all comes down to this. You want to attack me to silence me.
I respect them and their opinion,
Okay.
and so.
So you would agree the Southern Poverty Law Center is wrong and they're defaming people.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Okay, you just agree that Family Research Council is not a bad group.
I said I don't know about that.
And you've got, and here's the thing, SPLC has Family Research Council as a hate group,
Well,
and then you had a
then there
gunman
you
who
go.
attacked them. They attacked them, and there's no justification for that. You see, this is what it comes down to.
Well-
You guys have no problem saying things about people that are not true because it's all about getting power. And I care about principle and I care about outcomes.
Do you remember the Pizzagate thing?
The Podesta issues and all that. I am aware of that. Yes, Podesta was accused of stuff. He had some really
No.
creepy paintings in his home. Yikes. That's
Well,
another story.
I'm talking about the one where they were
Pizza
thinking that there was a pizza place.
Pedophilia, all that
was
stuff.
pedophilia.
Okay.
Some guy went in there with a gun and shot up a door.
And I agree that that's wrong. I will never support mass violence. Never.
Okay, but that was instigated by all of the stuff about how this was happening. That they were running a child trafficking ring out of the basement of the
Okay.
pizza place.
Now, here's the thing
pizza
that-
place didn't
okay.
have a basement.
There you go. I have no problem pointing out that it was wrong, whatever happened to that pizza place. But see, that is not the same thing with
But
what
you
happened
don't
with the
have a
SPLC.
problem with all of the lead up to it about all the language about.
Actually, I
that.
did. No, I
you
wasn't. I didn't buy into the QAnon stuff. I don't buy into that. You have to understand, I go from biblical truth. I'm not just jumping on Magadonia just because. I voted for DeSantis in the primary. Okay? I'm not just following somebody just because. I was very critical. I'm thinking, people are just voting for Trump just because. I don't agree with that. I'm a citizen, not a subject, not a serf, not a slave. I don't have Trump hats anymore. I've grown in grace. I've grown in
You
maturity.
don't have Trump. Oh,
I don't.
okay.
I don't. I care about Christ. He's the
'Cause
most
at
important.
one time you wore a cape.
I sure did. And I got to tell you, it's kind of cringeworthy, isn't it? But
I
I
don't
was
know.
so
Do you
excited to
think
see
so?
him. It is now. I will tell you. But here's something. You guys will stand by Kamala or Hillary or whatever. I don't do that. That's quite a difference right there. I don't go around calling people white supremacists
Well,
just
again,
because.
it goes down-
And I don't
it
go to
goes
some
down
hate group.
to-
So you acknowledge at least, whether you want to or not, the Southern Poverty Law Center is dishonest and it's not okay for
I
you to
don't
target me.
acknowledge that. All I'm saying is that.
Then
some
why
of
do you
the-
reference it when I come in, when I show up? Why? Why would you do that?
I didn't.
Because they
reference
lie.
it.
Yes, you did.
referenced
You were
it.
going around saying, "This is Arthur Schauber from." I got it on video, buddy.
But you were the one bringing it up. It lives in your head more than anything else, Arthur.
It's over, man. You guys have to get better. You have to be more consistent about your rhetoric. Because you're not
No, I
doing
don't,
that.
because
Oh, okay. You admit it. You're not consistent. Okay.
I don't need that.
And you're voting for 3 Republicans in June.
Arthur.
I'm proud of you. The Torrance Democratic Club, and he's voting for Republicans in June.
And it's because we all agree.